Jungkook shows off tattoos during training. Jimin is thought to be the inspiration behind it. The latest news from BTS's Jungkook again made the army excited. In a workout footage that circulated, Jungkook looked more relaxed in a sleeveless outfit, which made a number of tattoos on his arms clearly visible. Some of these tattoos have been known to fans for a long time, but this time what attracted attention was the presence of a small detail that was said to have a close connection with Jimin. Army quickly noticed that among Jungkook's series of tattoos, there were certain symbols, numbers, and words that, if traced, had meanings related to BTS's travels, including being with Jimin. Some fans suspect that one of the tattoos that she has never shown in detail before is a representation of an important moment between herself and Jimin. Not a few mentioned that the inspiration came from the bonds of friendship, emotional support, to their journey as part of BTS, who grew up together since adolescence. Speculation grew stronger after some fans linked Jungkook's style in displaying the tattoo with Jimin's habit of also expressing himself through art, whether through dance, writing, or small symbols full of meaning. There is a theory that Jungkook's tattoo was not just an ornament, but a hidden diary that only those closest to him could understand, and Jimin is believed to be one of his biggest inspirations. On social media, this topic is trending. Hashtags about Jungkook's tattoos topped the rankings, with thousands of ARMY posts comparing the symbols, meanings to Jimin's past words and attitudes. Many fans felt this moment showed how deep the emotional connection between the two was, not only as group mates, but also as brothers who grew to understand each other. Furthermore, several Korean media articles highlighted how each tattoo Jungkook had often appeared at important moments of his life. So, if it is true that this latest tattoo was inspired by Jimin, it is a clear proof that Jimin's role in Jungkook's life is very large, both in supporting him personally and professionally. To be sure, this tattoo show-off moment is not just about body art, it is about the emotional message stored behind it. And ARMY believes that although Jungkook will never reveal the meaning of each tattoo, Jimin's inspiration is something that cannot be separated from his story. Many fans believe that each of Jungkook's tattoos is not something chosen in vain. They see it as part of Jungkook's personal journey, as if every ink that adorns his skin is a piece of a life story he wants to capture. And so, when his new tattoo or a small detail in his old tattoo was clearly visible in a recent training session, ARMY's attention was immediately drawn to the symbols that they thought were related to Jimin. One popular theory states that one of the symbols on Jungkook's hand that looks like a certain number could refer to an important date involving Jimin, be it a birthday date or a BTS moment that is very related to Jimin's role in it. For example, there are those who think that the faint-looking number could represent 13, which for BTS itself has deep meaning since they debuted on June 13, 2013. However, ARMY highlighted that the number is also often associated with Jungkook and Jimin's relationship, considering that both often use the number as a symbol of togetherness. Another theory is that there is a form of writing or letters that appear in the area of his arm that resembles something Jimin once said in an interview. Observant fans found similarities between the sentence and the motivational words Jimin had conveyed to Jungkook in the past. This led the ARMY to speculate that the tattoo was a form of Jungkook's tribute to Jimin, as if to immortalize the moment in him. In addition, there was also a discussion about the small floral motifs that have been seen in Jungkook's series of tattoos. Some soldiers believe that the flower represents Jimin's warm, loving, and supportive nature. Fans interpreted the flower as not only a symbol of beauty, but also a form of Jungkook's gratitude towards Jimin, on whom he has always depended for joy and sorrow. ARMY's analysis grew as they compared Jungkook's seemingly confident display of the tattoo to Jimin's way of expressing his emotions. Jimin is known as a figure who often shows a soft and soulful side, both through words and dance movements. Many fans feel Jungkook is starting to express himself in the same way, more openly, more emotionally, and the tattoos are clear evidence that Jimin's influence is so great in his life. This resonance between Jungkook and Jimin's tattoos also made many fans feel that the two share a bond that is difficult to describe in words. The relationship was not purely romantic, but rather an emotional intimacy born from being together for more than a decade. ARMY, who has been following BTS for a long time, knows very well that Jimin is often the one who understands Jungkook behind the scenes, and if it's true that the tattoo was inspired by him. So it seems to be a silent confession from Jungkook about the importance of Jimin in his life. On social media platforms, ARMY flooded the post with comments such as, "Jungkook's tattoo is not just art, it's his life story," or, "I'm sure one of his inspirations is Jimin. They are too close not to affect each other." One even added, "Every ink on Jungkook's body is a testament to BTS love, friendship, and journey." And Jimin was the biggest part of it all. The more theories emerge, the clearer it becomes that Jungkook's tattoo is not just a decoration, but an emotional portrait that holds many secrets. And although Jungkook himself will probably never publicly confirm it, ARMY believes that behind each of those lines and inks, there is a story that only those close to him can understand, especially Jimin. After photos of Jungkook practicing, clearly showing a tattoo on his arm spread on social media, a number of entertainment news outlets in Korea immediately raised the topic. Local media wrote that Jungkook's tattoos are always the subject of heated discussion, not only because he is a BTS member with a global image, but also because every design he chooses is considered to have a personal meaning. In the articles, several media outlets mentioned that the emotional connection between the members, especially between Jungkook and Jimin, is often in the spotlight of ARMY, and it is natural for fans to interpret the tattoo as a form of closeness. The international media also highlighted. Billboard Korea, NME, to Teen Vogue wrote that Jungkook's tattoo has long been considered a symbol of his life journey with BTS. When rumors surfaced that there was a connection between certain designs and Jimin, the global media was more cautious about reporting. They stated that the interpretation of tattoos is something subjective, but still it cannot be denied that fan speculation shows how strong the relationship between the two BTS members is. One fashion columnist from an American magazine even wrote, "Jungkook's tattoos contain not only aesthetics, but also a deep emotional layer. If there really is any inspiration from Jimin, it's a beautiful artistic recognition of how friendship and connection can be poured into body art." This sentence immediately went viral in ARMY circles, as it was considered an accurate representation of how fans see Jungkook and Jimin's relationship. On the other hand, Korean media such as Dispatch or Star News reviewed it from a more domestic point of view. They stressed that Jimin and Jungkook are known to be very close since trainee until now, and it is not uncommon to share emotional moments captured on camera. So, for them, if there is really a meaning attributed to Jimin in Jungkook's tattoo, it is not at all something surprising, but rather a natural continuation of their long-standing relationship, not only the mainstream media. International online communities, such as Reddit forums, Twitter, X, to TikTok, are also filled with fan theories. International fans made a compilation video showing Jimin and Jungkook's sweet interactions over the years, then paired it with close-ups of Jungkook's tattoos. Many of them stated that this is unwritten proof that Jungkook had respect, gratitude, and affection for Jimin. In the end, both the media and fans agreed on one thing: Jungkook's tattoo is not just a symbol, but a language of the heart that is difficult to express in words. And if Jimin is indeed the inspiration behind one of these tattoos, then it is a clear proof that their emotional connection is so strong and sincere.